A Smash Bros. Ultimate codename leak, and this huge new Sonic game is leaked. Well, let's talk all about it.
Block content.
What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. We have two huge topics to discuss, and one of which is codenames for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's been a little while since we've heard about these things, and if you don't know, there are codenames coupled with every new DLC fighter that is making its way to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Of course, you've known a lot about these code words. They've been, appearing ever since Joker entered the fray, but they've also been ingrained in the games as far back as Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, and maybe even beyond that as far as we know. Well, it does look like some codenames are still being leaked. It was, still the case back in the past of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC number 1, the first Fighter's Pass. There were a couple of codenames leaked beforehand, but of course, sometimes these codenames are just so vague that you can't really get some information out of there. And what's funny is, normally these codenames are American words, or like some sort of Japanese interpretation of what these words would be, or what the character would be in English. And today we are discussing some that are actually Japanese, that are sort of making sounds like the American words, which is very interesting, and people already have thoughts on what these could mean, so that's going to be very interesting. And we also get to dive a little bit into Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, there supposedly is going to be a big new Sonic the Hedgehog game. Of course, the 30th anniversary of the franchise is very close, and that's going to be really cool because potentially we're getting remakes announced and stuff like that, but this is actually talking about a brand new game in the universe of Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic potentially even getting some sort of graphical overhaul as well. Well, not necessarily especially like the movies, but close to it. And of course, I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. So let's dive into this thing. Yes, it's sort of a Japanese poster that has most of the launch characters on it, and it says Smash Codenames. And it just talks about a couple of different names that could potentially be hiding in the code already, or that are for the next 3 unannounced characters. So the image is sony.jpg, and it says fighters Supesu, Dangan Tarutarosu, and Yutairu. Well, that's very interesting. I know that I mispronounced that very, very badly. However, I think that it's very interesting. If you look at these names, people do already have thoughts on them, and by first glance, you might think that this is just gibberish, right? Well, not necessarily the case. Supesu could be some sort of, way to say supesu, right? Space. Like how you would say space, right? Very interesting. So a character potentially being some sort of alien character. Well, we know a couple of, characters that could very well fit that bill. I think it's very interesting if you think about characters that are coming from franchises like Star Fox or franchises like Metroid. Those are, of course, characters that come from space, but also, of course, Master Chief is a character that has a lot to do within traveling between different planets. And then Dangan, a lot of people are saying bullet. That translates to bullet, which is going to be very fun. And then, of course, Tartaros could be, yes, it could be referencing hell, so bullet hell, so somehow a Toho character. Of course, bullet could also refer to Dante, who of course uses guns in his moveset, so that's going to be a lot of fun to kind of figure out too. And yes, the final word, it could mean marsupial, the final word here of the 3 characters, and of course marsupial is Crash Bandicoot. So if these 3 code names are actually from characters in the game, then potentially we could be looking at either a Toho character like Reimu, then of course a space character, so that could maybe be Master Chief, and then marsupial, which could be Crash Bandicoot. So Reimu, Master Chief, Crash Bandicoot. If this leak is somehow correct, and if that, what I am theorizing right now, is correct, then those are your 3 characters. I'm very curious about your thoughts about those 3 characters. I think Master Chief, just by virtue of being a huge Microsoft rep, a first-person shooter rep, and also just a darn awesome character with a lot of moveset potential, I think it could be incredible. Reimu, of course, that whole franchise, that whole different genre of games has yet to be represented in Smash Bros. Ultimate, so it has a place in there, and I think people are going to be very happy if a Toho character finally gets into Smash. I worked on a Smash Brothers fan game a lot of years ago that was called Super Nuke Brothers Melee, and the Nuke Brothers, who were like members of that team that started the project and were really amazing, they actually always wanted Toho characters in that game too, so they really pushed for that. And well, I didn't really know who they were at the time, but I've always been aware of them because of that. And then, of course, Crash Bandicoot as the final character is someone everyone from the Western world that is a Smash fan knows this character, wants this character. So, I mean, Sakurai and team, just make it happen, because it would be a weird game, it would be a weird celebration of gaming if that character would not be in it. So yeah, generally curious what you guys think of all that. And now let's talk about the big Sonic leak. This is very interesting because the 30th anniversary is coming, and it seems like leaks are happening about this, but I specifically wanted to talk about this one because it actually talks about a very big amount of details that go along with it. It says, "These days I've seen that Sonic Rift supposed leak going around, and I can confirm that that is indeed fake. The only part of that leak that is actually true is that Sonic's design now has a slightly realistic fur texture. Nothing exaggerated, similar to what Nintendo did with Mario's hair in Super Mario Odyssey." So that is going to be a fun new, addition to Sonic. The game is a soft reboot with a new voice cast, similar to what Adventure, 06, and Colors did. The characters feel like they're younger, they represent their respective ages better. Then it will lead into a new animated series in 2022 that'll have the same voice cast. This series and the game itself have nothing to do with the IDW comic plot-wise, like some people have been hoping and saying. They also have nothing to do with the movie, although Sonic's characterization is similar to it. The game has two playable characters, Sonic and Amy. Their interactions are similar to how they are portrayed in recent media, like the IDW comics. It seems that's how Sega likes them to be represented nowadays. Sonic has a new gameplay style. The most similar one would be Lost World, to be honest. There's no running button like in that game. Speed is progressive depending on how much you tilt the stick or how much momentum you have. Parkour makes a return, but it's more of a situational scripted ability. The kick isn't here. You can go a lot faster than in Lost World. Areas are open-ish. Amy's gameplay is similar to other 3D platformers, with bigger and more vertical areas than Sonic and simple combat mechanics with the hammer. There aren't combos, skills, or anything like that. There aren't any hub world, but there is a sort of Zeppelin base where you can talk with other characters, select levels, and check on the collectibles that you have so far. There are new writers in place, the same ones that'll handle the new series. I don't know who they are, but I've heard that they are people with experience in other TV shows. The development is going smoothly. There's been a lot of silence surrounding the game because they want to wait until everything is in place. This is a multiple media project. Also, it took some time to assemble the team for the game since Sonic Team as it was doesn't exist anymore. It's a brand name more than anything else, so expect a lot of new people to pop up in the credits. I don't know a lot of specific story details, but it consists in Sonic, Amy and co trying to find a certain object before Eggman does. Expect a lighthearted and adventurous tone. Well, I have no idea what the game is called, but its code name in development was Sonic Rose. Don't expect it to be that, it'll 100% have a different name. It started development with PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch in mind, and it'll release in those systems, but there'll be next-gen versions as well. So a lot to break down here. I think generally coupling Sonic and Amy is a big move. I don't necessarily know if fans are waiting for that because, yeah, there's a lot of people that love the gameplay that came with Knuckles, and of course Tails as well, a couple of different things. So if you don't have those characters, it's going to make a lot of fans very, question if this game should have been made, but it looks interesting. It sounds very fun. I think that if you are going to be having, two different gameplay styles, one should definitely feel like Adventure Sonic and not really Lost World Sonic, but maybe that's just me. I really want to know what you guys think of all of this. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And of course, today's comment question is, do you actually want any of these 3 codename characters in Smash? And what is your thought on the codenames? And as for previous comment question winner, well, this is really cool. Someone made a moveset for Chun-Li. You can actually see it as the pinned post, and I want everyone to take a look at it because it's so incredible. I won't read the whole thing, but just to go through the basic moveset: Jack attack comments, Smash Ultimate Chun-Li moveset, A button attacks, neutral, weak grabs, medium jabs, everything is in here, and I think it's so amazing that even stuff like Final Smash, Spirits, and even more is in there, from down throws to all the different, taunts and combos that you can do, and the way that the character works with alternate costumes, and even the classic mode of the character, which is incredible. So go to our previous video. I mean, that's so much fun to kind of break down that, I just wanted to include it in the video. You did so much effort. I can't read through it all because that'll make the video twice as long. But Jack Attack, thank you so much for commenting with your Smash Ultimate Chun-Li moveset. If you have any movesets or ideas for trailers, please put them down in the comments because I love reading through those. Like, these ideas really power my imagination, and I just really love that. So thank you guys so much for sending in all your comments. These are always a ton of fun to read through, and of course a huge shout out to everyone supporting the Patreon. That has been crazy the past couple of weeks that people are actually supporting blocked content on Patreon in this crazy year. It means a lot, but we are also still developing new content for blocked content, which is going to be fun, and we're going to be rolling that out in February and March. It's going to be a very special year, and a certain Snake series might make a huge comeback, or should I say a huge showtime. And remember, if you are not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!